It's February 13th, and everybody knows that Teslas are made for lovers, as are all EVs. That's why there's romance mode. And so, as you're sharing time with loved ones, probably in close quarters like you have been, we've got some really cold weather here, but it's also really nice and sunny out. So, even though it's 6 below, I thought I'd share a little Tesla love. At the last event we had, a birthday drive, one of our Minnesota Tesla Club members was handing out these TeslaCaching cars and the cards attached. And basically you leave them at a supercharger, and then someone finds them, scans the QR code, and they go on an interactive map online that I'll show here in some B-roll. And it's just kind of a fun way to show how people are traveling, how these little cars are traveling around the country. And I know we're in COVID times and not big on personal contact or sharing things, so I will wipe this down before we place it, so it'll be safe for the next person who gets a hold of it. But I thought it's a good day for a drive, good way to get out of the house. We're going to drive from here down to Rochester, Minnesota, where the Mayo Clinic is. So another thing I was thinking is maybe, somebody who's passing through there might not be in the best of spirits, and this might be a fun way to maybe brighten their day if they find something like this and have a little something else to think about if they're visiting the clinic or the hospital. Little day brightener for us, hopefully a day brightener for someone else, and just a fun overall thing to track and be a part of. So this is our first one we're placing, and let's get to it. Let's hit the road. It was a really nice drive down here. We had a nice simple drive through the lower suburbs, heading east with the sun behind us, and then nice rolling hills. I forgot how many, really what a pretty drive it is coming down this way, and seeing all the hills, and especially with the nice clean looking snow, looks great. So still looking forward to spring, but it was a more pleasant drive than I expected. As far as charging, we really don't need to be here that long. We got here with about 30%, I think, and we're already up to 36% just after a couple minutes. So I'm sure by the time we go in, use the restroom, and get back on our way, place the car, we're going to be have plenty of mileage to get back home. So we've got our car. I'm going to clean it up and make sure it's safe for the next user. I'm realizing a folly in my plan. I was going to show the scanning of the car and everything on my phone, but I'm recording this on my phone, so kind of dumb there. But I will do a screenshot of the different steps and talk you through it when I get back to the studio. One of my concerns about placing this in the winter is if there was snow in the forecast, that it might get plowed off the edge of the charger before someone sees it. So hopefully it'll get scanned by someone else and taken on their trip, but I think the weather's clear in the foreseeable future, other than just being cold. Jomphe's staying in the nice warm car while I get this part done, but we're gonna leave it on 1A. It's all cleaned up and hanging out there. Alright, so we're back from Rochester with plenty of charge to get home, and it was a beautiful afternoon to have a nice drive down. Fun to place the TeslaCaching card on the supercharger, and I'm going to start looking for more of those when I'm on road trips in the future. And I suggest you do too. It's kind of fun, simple, it's not a lot to take with you to the next one, and it's kind of fun to see these things moving around the country. Because it was a record-setting cold day today, I wanted to share a little bit about my charging strategy on a day like this when I'm going to do a drive. Even though I knew I'd get there fine, it's always best to start out with a warm battery if you can. So preconditioning while it's still plugged in is a good idea. But I'm on a time of use charge from my power company, so that means I have 3 different rates throughout the day. In the evening, when everybody's home doing laundry, all that kind of stuff, it's a pretty high rate. During the day, it's medium, and then overnight, it's very low. So normally I charge overnight. But on a day like today, I ran some errands in the morning, then decided to do this trip. And so I started charging again about an hour, hour and a half before we left, just to get that extra charge and to warm up the pack a little bit. It was a little more expensive, a few cents more expensive to do that. So it's just a good way to start out and have your battery pack warm in advance, and you start off with some regen, and just makes life a little simpler. So if you can do that, if you're thinking about the trips you have for the day, charging a little bit during the day to kind of keep that pack warm isn't going to hurt anything, especially when the high today was 3 below 0 Fahrenheit, so pretty awful. And you'll probably be wondering why, when I started this video off saying Teslas are for lovers, why I didn't have my wife with me on the trip. And that's because sometimes, you'll know this if you've been married a while or together a while, sometimes the best Valentine's Day you can give is having some time alone. And so I took my daughter, we had a great drive, lots of fun, sang a lot of songs, had a little car dance party, and my wife got some much needed time to herself. So win-win. That's it. Have a great day. Thanks for coming along on this trip with us. If you have any questions, leave a note below in the comments. And if you feel like it, please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Or if not, thanks for watching. Have a great day regardless, and I hope love finds its way to your door too. Too cheesy? Too cheesy. Too cheesy.